Anna Nadolna. I am a member of 40th Polish Polar Expedition to Spitsbergen. I work here as a meteorologist, but as for my education, I am a geographer with a specialization in hydrology, so we can say that I'm a hydrologist. I live and work at the station since July last year, and I will be here till next July, so another 6 months. And well, now I would like to tell you some basic information about well, our home, let's say. So as you probably know, um, Polish Polar Station is located on Spitsbergen, so far beyond the Arctic Circle. How far? Well, concerning that, some of you probably are in Albania, and we are here in Hornsund. That makes around 4,000 kilometers the distance between Tirana and us here. So that's pretty far. And are we close to the North Pole then? Well, not really. To the North Pole, we still have another 1,400 kilometers. So we are close, but not that close to the North Pole. When we take a closer look to the satellite photo of the Spitsbergen, you can see that our station is located in the southern part of the island. We are located in the fjord Hornsund. The nearest civilization is around 140 kilometers north from us, and that is the Longyearbyen city, which is the capital of Svalbard. Our station is located in the South Spitsbergen National Park, so that is great for us because we've got some beautiful views around our station and absolutely nothing connected with human is here. Also, there are no roads here, so the only way to get to us is by boat, ship, or yacht. That's mainly possible during the summertime. By helicopter, which is the quickest way, by the way, or by the snowmobile, which is possible only in the winter time. Polish Polar Station was built in 1957, so 60 years ago. At the beginning, it was only used for some short summer research, and for the rest of the year, it was empty, which caused the station to fall into a ruin a little bit. But 20 years later, in 1978, it was restored and modernized, and since then, it is used whole year round. Nowadays, the station looks like this. It is far bigger. We have many facilities, many buildings that you can see on this satellite image. So you can see the building of the station, the generators, our warehouse, or Banachówka, which is our, let's say, hangar for the boats. Station can host over 40 people at one time, so pretty a lot, I would say. And what else? I can say that I think we have everything we need. I hope you will be able to see some of those laboratories and rooms in a moment. In the winter time, at the station stay 10 people, among which we've got 3 meteorologists, so I'm one of them, 3 environmental observers. I had a hydrochemist, oceanographer, and a land surveyor. Also, there is 1 geophysicist, IT expert, conservator, and a mechanic. The last 3 people are the most important people for our everyday living because they give us electricity, water, and internet. So thanks to them, we can talk at the moment. So why our station was built here and not anywhere else? Well, Hornsund location is quite unique. Why is that? Well, everything here is in a close distance to the station. So we've got different type of glaciers, different tundra types. We've got diverse geology, bird colonies, marine environment. We are in the region that has the Earth's highest variation in geomagnetic field. That's only some of the properties, let's say, of this place. And together with our station, we this makes some sort of an Arctic laboratory, we could say, in which we uh, conduct research in many fields, which you can see on the slide, such as seismology. We are monitoring the earthquakes here at the station. We are also we also monitor how the glaciers are changing. We are making some oceanographical measurements, as also we measure earth magnetism or the electricity and optics of the atmosphere. Of course, we are making some meteorological measurements, which is what I do with my colleagues, and many other things. Also, during the spring and summertime, researchers all over the world come to Hornsund and use our station as a base for their own research, also in many, many fields. So during the summertime, this place can be really crowded and a lot of things is happening here. Also, the Polish Polar Station takes part in many international scientific cooperations. Here I listed some of them. I'm not going to read it. All you need to know that there is a lot of them, and we take part in those. And before we go for a walk through the station, I would like to show you quickly few photos from our fieldwork during the summertime last year, which maybe some of you will have an opportunity to see if you will come here one day. So that's our land surveyor during his measurements on the Hans Glacier. Here you can see some hydrological measurements that were made, measuring the river discharge. Here you can see that sometimes it's not so easy to to get a sample of the water. That's our hydrochemist in the box. Sometimes you spend whole day standing in water with ice. Sometimes you spend whole day on a boat when the weather is not the best, let's say. But that's not the worst thing. But also when you are here, you have the opportunity to watch one of the most beautiful spectacles in the sky. So you can observe wonderful clouds and also other atmospheric phenomena such as the rainbow, the double rainbow that you can see on this photo. And of course, you can observe fauna like the polar bears, which are great to watch when they are not so close to the station, but sometimes they are really close to our station. And then, well, it's not maybe so comfortable to walk around. That's the view we have from our station with the Hans Glacier in the background. And this is how the front of this glacier look like. If you will see closer, here is my friend as a scale. So as you can see, it's quite big. And this is how it looks from the top of our local summit, Fugiel. And if you look, if you take a closer look, you can see how this glacier is calving. So great, huge blocks of ice fall into the water of the fjord, which is great thing to watch. But on the other hand, that ice usually ends up in our bay, which is sometimes quite problematic for us, especially if we have to unload the ship with our supplies. And well, we have to get rid of that ice blocks to make a space for a boat to get into the water. So ice is nice, but sometimes can be tricky. And for those of you who maybe will visit us in the summer, a lot of flowers in the tundra because they are blooming in that time. Also, you can meet some mushrooms, which, by the way, are bigger than the trees here, and you can see the scale. So it's really big. Also, the little oak colony that is very near our station, and there is a lot of birds during the summertime. And of course, probably you will be able to meet some of our reindeers or polar foxes. And something that you cannot see in the summertime, which is possible from, well, late autumn, let's say, aurora borealis. Okay, so I think it's time to try and take a walk around the station. I hope we'll be able to do that. You can ask me questions on the chat box, and I will try to answer. Okay, so I will switch to the other device. Okay, let's start the tour. Here, if you are joining sometimes my lessons in EDU-ARCTIC, so that's the place where I'm broadcasting the lesson. Somebody was learning to play the keyboard here lately. This is actually called the radio room. Okay, now we will go out. You can see the window part where all of our expedition members live. We have our rooms. I will show you that in a moment. Maybe you are wondering how is it outside at the moment. Well, we are in the middle of the polar night, so it's pretty dark. I don't know if you can see this, but it's dark and it's raining at the moment because we had some warm masses of air coming to our fjord.
So what's the temperature?
The temperature is around, I think, 2 degrees, but I will ask our meteorologist.
Plus 2 degrees.
Plus 2 degrees, yes.
Because in Warsaw it's -6.
And here is my +2. So now we go into the meteor room. We see Asia, who has the meteorological duty today. Asia, what's the temperature at the moment? 2 and 4. So +2 and 4 degrees. And as you can see, Asia is sending the information to the Norwegian Meteorological Institute because our station is connected to this Norway Meteorological Survey, and we send our meteorological observations to, well, actually to WMO also. And Asha, what can you tell us about the work of meteorological people here? Well, Asha said that this is a very absorbing work. Meteorologists here work every third day. That's why there is 3 of us here. And every 3 hours we have to send this information about the weather conditions here in Hornsund to the Norway survey. I'm not going to disturb us at the moment because she's sending the data, and we will go farther on. So what can I show you here while we are here? It's our experiment. We tried to grow some plants and vegetables actually. Here you can see our tomatoes, which we hope will have some tomatoes actually, because so far you can only see green leaves. And here actually is a question for you. What this can be? we were really trying to grow this, but it looks like this. So that's a question for you. You can answer in the chat box, and I will tell you later on if you were correct or not. Okay, and now you can see the room. Every room has the number, and this is how the room of a crew member looks like. Each one of us has that kind of room. It's pretty small, but it has everything it needs. So you've got a bed, you've got some desk. Everybody can, let's say, design it as they want. It's a vegetable, actually, regarding my question. So now we go through the window part. So everybody has a room, and also we have some big bathrooms here, so there is no problem if you want to take a shower and so on. Okay, and we go to the common room now. So here is the common room. As you can see, yeah, that's our land surveyor. As you can see, we still have the Christmas tree. Here is the part that our hello, Florian.
Hello.
And you can see our IT expert who has the station duty today, because each one of us has to have a station duty. And we cook, we clean, and do the other things. What is going to be for the dinner today, Grzesiu? Okay, we will see at 2 o'clock. That's the time when we have the dinner.
Exactly.
Here we have the space for our common meals. Well, so we meet here for the breakfast and for the dinner always. Also, we have a very, very big kitchen in which we try to cook, because on the station a cook is only during the summertime, when a lot of people is at the station, and it would be probably hard for us to cook for 40 people. Some coffee corner, let's say. We also have here the additional fridge when we leave some food for later on. Okay, so that's the common part, and we go to the summer part. Here is the summer part of the station, which is now not occupied by any other people. We have in this part that we are at the moment, we have some laboratories, like the chemical laboratory. We will make a visit here. Hello. What are you doing here today?
Dzisiaj będą jeszcze ze wczoraj.
Yeah, it's a measurement on the water samples from the yesterday, because as I told you, we have some rain now.
Wszystkie próbki muszę sobie przesączyć, żeby później poddać analizie na fotografiach.
She is filtering all the water samples because it has to be done so that she could test it later on the chromatography. And here are some first samples of the conductivity, as far as I know, and pH, and also alkalinity. Sorry for this difficult word. So we leave Benia with work, not to disturb her. Here also the biology lab, which is used by our guests in the summertime. So if you are our student, you want to use it, then there is such a possibility. Here we got the geomagnetism laboratory. I don't know if you are still with me, because sometimes we are losing the signal.
It's okay now.
But I hope you are. And here we have you can see the guest rooms. These are the common rooms that are used in the summertime for our guests that visit the station. They are quite small, but I would say they are quite cozy.
So is this where our winners will sleep? Probably.
Exactly. The winners probably will sleep here. Personally, I like this bed that is upstairs because it's the biggest, I think, and you can see everything from the upper position. So those of you who will win probably will sleep in this room. We have a few rooms like that, and here is the heart of the summer part of our station, because now there is no one here, so we created here our entertainment center. So here are the very impressive football matches on our football table. Here we also train rock climbing. That's me. And we also have some laboratories here. Here is the marine laboratory, and we will see if anyone is there today. Knock, knock. Hello. Hello. Here is our oceanographer, Lucas. Hi, could you tell us a little bit about your work?
Now I prepare new microfiber filter to analyze sediment in water on our.
Okay. So you can see here the map of the fjord where Lucas is going to collect the samples, and he is processing the samples later on in the lab. Okay. So what else I can show you is that, for example, we use the empty rooms to I will put under some light, to magazine lots of mineral water, which is pretty useful for us in case we are short of water. Also in this part there is the Chromatography Laboratory, but nothing is happening there at the moment, so I'm not going to show you that. So that's pretty much our station. Unfortunately, to some parts there is no possibility to show you some parts because we don't have the internet connection down there. But I think the most of it I showed you. Oh, here is another important element, the bell, which is used to let people know that there is a breakfast or a dinner time. So we are going back to the winter part. Okay, we also on the station we also have dogs. We wanted to show you the dogs, but due to the weather, we'll unfortunately not going to take them to the station. So we still have time because I recorded some video to show you how we get our water at the station. So here is the part that you couldn't see. That's the part of where is our water tank and our magazines. So here is the water tank that we fill with, well, with what? At the moment there is no lake near us because everything is frozen. So we fill this tank with ice and snow generally. So every day we have to fill this tank with snow. So one person is inside. Here you can see Marius as he's throwing, like, moving the blocks of snow. And on the other side of the station, just on the other side of the wall, with the use of our equipment, we help ourselves to make this quicker. We put the snow into a tank. So another 3 people is doing this with the shovels and with this tractor. I think that's the word. So this is how we get our water for the showers, for cooking, and everything. Another place that you couldn't see is the Armory, because as you know, on Svalbard you cannot go outside without the gun because, well, the polar bears are here, and you never know when you will meet one. So we have the Armory at the station because each one of us has their own gun. And here you can see our geophysicist in the geomagnetical house, which is around, I don't know, 100 or maybe 200 meters from the station. You unfortunately, I cannot play you the audio from the movie, but Marius is saying that a gun that he has to put it away because otherwise this gun would disturb his geomagnetical measurements, which he's doing by with the use of this theodolite that is standing here. The whole house is made of only of wood and some non-metallic materials that are not disturbing the magnetic field. And he is making these measurements every 2 days of the Earth magnetism. And another place that is important is our warehouse, where our machines are, let's say, living, and our snowmobiles are garaging. So we keep here a lot of things. We also have here some big fridges when we keep our frozen food, because the supplies come only twice a year, in the autumn and at the beginning of the summer, with our ship. So you can see a lot of strange things that are stored here, and well, that might be useful for us anytime, because you never know what will broke, and well, you have to have some things to repair it. And here we can see the Carpenters Room, because well, we make some furniture sometimes if something is broken. Okay, and finally the parts of our magazine and our fitness room. So we can ride a bicycle, or we can make some other physical activities. Because trust me, when you are only sitting here during the winter time, you can get bored. Also, we have magazines with a lot of different things that we use in our everyday life. So here you can see some household equipment for washing, for cleaning, and so on. So that is also something necessary. We also have the medical room. I will show you that in a second. Yeah, ambulatorium. In case anything happens to you, we have some medicines, some first eight sets and some more advanced sets. In case that somebody is seriously ill, we also can call the helicopter, and then they transport the person to Longyearbyen, to where the hospital is, or even to the Norway. Of course, lots of food, because as you can imagine, we have to have the supplies for whole year. And I think that that's pretty much it. Yeah, we also have some places where we store vegetables when we have vegetables, because at the moment we only have onion. That's all, and potatoes. Okay, that's the only two things that are left. And here you can see the engine, the building with the engines. I will show you that in a second, and the warehouse that you already saw. So the heart of the station, which gives us the electricity, is here. So first there is the part of our mechanic. You can see him in the background. So he is the fan of riding the motorcycle, so he is making his own motorcycle here during the winter time as his hobby. And here you can see the engines. So that's the source of our electricity at the station. Bartek, our mechanic here, is turning on the other engine, because every week he switches the engines, so that one is working one week and the other is working another week. I don't know why is that, but he says this is how it should be. So I think that's all in case of our station.
Thank you very much. It was a great tour.